Hey, what is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday night. Oh, yeah, it's not too late yet. We're still on your Sunday. It's your friend Keith Chait. Shike Power. Crazy Keith. Mr. Free Everything coming to you on this beautiful Sunday night. And I know we've all been stuck in our homes for the most part for over a month now. We're in our second month with this thing going on out there. And again, as always, prayers and thoughts to everybody out there in the world, period, but specifically all the people on the front line that have to deal with face-to-face with all this, most specifically law enforcement, medical field, people in the food stores that are still dealing with people every day. There's a whole bunch of different professions and people out there still dealing with it, but we pray for everybody and thank you all for what you're doing. This is just something, the first couple of weeks we played a lot of different board games, pulled out some old stuff we had in the cabinet. There's different video game systems the kids have that they like playing. We play games with them on that. What's going on, Adam? How are you, brother? How you doing? But for the most part, for the last couple of weeks, my work schedule has been up and down and then changing our shifts, and now we're kind of back to normal. But the kids are kind of quarantined themselves in their rooms like most kids do anyway. Karen has the family room, and although I am in there with her sometimes, I'm in the back 6 feet away, and she doesn't even know I'm there. If I'm not in there, I'm working out downstairs or in my office. Hey, Debbie, what's going on? Jessica, good evening. Hit the like button. Say hi. Let me know you're there. I know some people are popping on. They see it by accident, and they real quick they scroll away. They're like, I don't want to see what he's talking about. I don't want to watch this right now, or ever. But anyway, let's get this going because I don't want to make this more than 10 minutes. Most of mine will be going about 10 to 15 minutes. This is more specifically for those moms, dads, guardians, whoever has kiddos in the house. Linda, how you doing, beautiful? Heather, what's going on? More on the younger side. More kids that are more on the younger side, but some of these things, they could go into the teens, and even as adults that have kids, you can just play with some of these and mix them up a little bit and edit them and just have some fun. It's just something else that you can do while you're stuck in the house. So I'm going to give you guys 10 of them. There is a whole lot more. I'll get to that at the end, but I'm going to go with 10. These come actually from the Crayola company. I don't know why I got this information or an email about this, but I started reading it, and so there's actually 52 ideas here to do with your kids. They set it up so that it would be one a week. Do at least one creative thing a week with your kids. It stimulates their imaginations, and then you're listening to their ideas and hearing their thoughts and what they're thinking. And then you spend time doing these creative activities together, and it just forms a greater bond between you and your kids. And you don't get driven as crazy as much. So let's go jumping on here real quick. So the first one is it's called Favorite Recipes. Think about your family's favorite foods, what everybody likes to eat, and have your kids make a recipe book. They could write out the recipes, how to make the meal, how to put it together. They could illustrate it, draw it. They can make pictures of things to show what ingredients and how much. So you can throw a little bit of math in there. And you could always make that recipe book and share it with relatives, share it with friends. Something that somebody else can make. Darcy, good evening. That's number one. So number two is, and these are always fun. And how we're always finding those single socks in the wash or coming out of the wash, and we're like, how are we missing a sock? Here's something to do with them, with those singles or those ones that are missing their partner. Get your unmatched socks, your worn out socks, the ones that are almost at the end there, and you guys can make a family of sock puppets. You can use fabric markers, you can put faces on them, you can use different little things around the house, pipe cleaners and things to dress them up, make hair and eyeballs and mustaches and things like that. And then have your kids do a puppet show. Have them write out a show or do a puppet show together. Pick a theme, and do a little bit of improvisation. And every member of the family can play a part in that. So that was number two. Number three, things you can do with your kiddos. Past it. Where did it go? There it is. This one's pretty neat. I like this one. Funny Framed Faces, it's called. This is number 3. You could take a family member's photo, a real photo, or a photocopy of a photo, and you put it into a plastic picture frame. All right, I don't think you want to use glass because I don't think it would come off if it was glass. But plastic picture frame, it might. I don't know. Then you can use, oh my goodness, I just blanked out because it's not written on here. Well, they have window markers. Not everybody has window markers laying around the house. But dry erase markers. My big whiteboard back there. Change my view tonight for you guys. And you draw. The photo is inside underneath the plastic. And you can draw, or the kids can draw, different hair, funny facial features. Just make it funny, do whatever they want to it. And, you know, that's something that you can share with other relatives. Hey, Patty, how's it going? And then you can just wipe it off when you're done and put another picture in there and do it again. So that's number 3. This is number 4. And I like comics. I like the superhero movies and I used to read comics when I was a teenager. I still have a whole bunch of them. Comic strip hero. Have your child pretend that they are a new superhero in a comic strip. Ask them to draw themselves what they would look like. Create a unique costume for themselves. And then you got to figure out and have them decide, what are they known for? What is their special power? Who was their sidekick, or who might be helping them out? Who do they have to protect the citizens from? Who do they triumph over? Who are the bad guys in the comic? And have them draw out a little comic strip and color it out on blank paper. You know, show their special powers, show the problems that they solve. So that's a pretty cool one. I like the comic strip one. Hey, Michelle, what's going on? All right, I hope is it Jolanta or Yolanta? Help me out. Good evening. So that's number 4. 29. Number 4. Pets in charge. This is another interesting one. This could be the scenario. Set it up with your kids. What if pets ruled the world? What if they were in charge of everything? What if dogs were in charge of the schools, or cats ran the grocery store? What pet would be the president of the United States? What if all human jobs were focused on serving the pets that were in charge? Have them, you know, figure this all out, write it all down, draw scenes from it. You know, almost all these are around drawing and being creative. Tim, what's going on, brother? Steve, what's going on? What are you guys working together? All right, so that was number 2, 3, that was 5. Let's go to number 6. Combo creatures. This is another cool one too. You can always sit around and talk about this no matter what age you are. Have the kids combine different animals into one. It could be 2 animals into one, 3 animals into one, 4 animals into one, whatever it is. You know, what would the body be? What would the tail be? What would the head be? What would it look like? What kind of things could this animal do that it couldn't do before without being attached to the other parts of those other animals? Have them make up their own kind of animal. Give it a new name. They got to make up a name for it. And then create an ad that they could show people, showing or explaining why this new creature has benefits that the original creatures or original animals by themselves did not have. So that one's pretty neat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on number 7. Choose wheels. This one's cool too. I like all these things. What if your child had more choices at the shoe store? Now, we're not talking about more shoes or more sneakers. What about shoes with customized wheels, or shoes with special powers? Maybe they would want to walk on water, or walk or fly through the air. What if the new pair of shoes changed on their specific needs and what they wanted at that time? If a child's in a hurry, they want shoes that could sprout wings and fly. If they can't reach something on a high shelf, they want shoes that elevate or extend up and make them taller. Your kid can now draw pictures of these things and draw pictures of people wearing these new designs of shoes. So that one's pretty neat too. Now we're number 8. Ooh, spies are us. Get your child to create a mystery mission that involves secrets and spies. If kids have had to save the grown-ups from getting too serious or working too hard, what would that look like? What could they do to save them? Pretend they're secret agents. They could pretend they're on a secret mission. Develop codes for written messages. That's something pretty cool that kids can do with the whole family, parents, older siblings, whatever. You could send messages to other family members that are not in your home. You know, I know a lot of people are still staying connected to people with FaceTime and Skype and things like that. Zoom presentations, Zoom webinars. If you make up a code for written messages, you could send a code to that person on the screen. It would be pretty neat. What's up, John? What's going on, brother? And challenge them to make a mission out of it, and to let you know how the mission gets accomplished, how it ends up. Number 9. Let's see. Growing up. I have one. What if you're a teenager acted like a nice person for one whole day? I feel you, Linda. I feel you. I mean, well, my two are, one's an adult. One's in his 20s. He's in his 20s, and she's going to be 18 this year. But it's funny when you talk to them sometimes, and, they want to ignore you, or they give you or, a little noise, or shrug their shoulders, or ignore you completely and go back to the room, or go the other way from when you were trying to tell them to do something or ask them to do something. And, or you try to tell a joke and you think you're funny, and, they don't think it's funny because, most of the time they don't think their parents are funny at all, especially me. But, and then you're just like, like every once in a while I go, "You're a meanie," something like that, because they ignored me or didn't think it was funny, or they walked away, and I just call them a meanie, and then, they don't mind messing around with them. But so number 9 was growing up. What do they want? What do your kids want to grow up to be? What do they imagine themselves doing 10 years from now, 20 years from now? They can have them draw pictures of what they would look like and what they would be, as what they were doing, what they would be doing. Write a description of where they would live, what kind of job they might have, what kind of house they might have, what kind of car they might be driving, how they would act differently or the same then, later on, as they do now. So that one's pretty neat. That's growing up to be whatever. Carrie, what's going on, Carrie? I got to get a new appointment for this later this month. We're back to regular schedule, so I got to go back in there and take a look at it. And if you're in the office tomorrow, give me a call if you think about it. And I'll have my schedule in front of me, and we'll get that worked out. And number 10, enchanting spells. This one's pretty cool. Tell your child that their door to their room casts an enchanting spell on anyone that enters the room. Okay? It could be different for each person that comes through. It could be different for the times of the day. You can, Dad can walk through the door and he has to dance, throw a little dance move for 10 seconds. Mom can come through the door and she might have to sing for 10 seconds. So you could do something like that. If kids like to read, you can make it that, pretend that when somebody walks through the door, stacks of books come swirling through the air. Hey, Vanessa. Create a sign for the room, for the door, to put on the door that warns everybody that there's magical powers that's going to transform them as they enter the room. You can also cover the door with plain wrapping paper, or turn wrapping paper around so you have the white side, and draw decorations or write the words on there. Put the rules, things that other people need to know about the magical spells when they're getting ready to walk into this kid's room. So that's number 10. Heather, what is going on, my friend? So that is 10 creative ideas, creative things you can do with your kids while you are stuck in the house. And even after that, you got to have interaction. You got to bond with your kids. You got to have fun. You got to make it fun. You got to make it imaginative and creative and interactive. And you got to listen and see what's going on in their minds. And when they write these things or draw these things or talk about these things, that's how you get it out of them, and you have that greater bond. This actually comes from a list of 52. There's 52 altogether. Alan, what's going on, brother? There's 52 creative things to do with your kids, challenges, whatever you want to call it, activities. I have it in a PDF form. If you want it, hit me up, shoot me a message, text me, and I'll shoot you out the full list. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Like I said, it's probably mostly for younger kids to maybe teens, but even a little bit older kids. Look, talking about our kids and them, and not listening to us and not being nice. I'd make them do some of this stuff with me. I'd make a game up and say, we're playing this for an hour, and then you can go do whatever you want for the rest of the day. So anyway, I hope you guys got value out of that. Hit the like button. Share it out there if you think somebody else can get some value of it. Have an awesome night. I'm going to get rocking and rolling, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe out there. Just be safe. Praying this whole thing goes away soon, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome one.